The United States military operates on a staggering budget of over $50 billion annually, a sum that funds invisible stealth bombers and a logistics chain capable of dropping hot meals into the middle of the Sahara faster than a civilian can order local delivery. However, the most critical survival intelligence buried within that mountain of capital isn't a classified weapons system, but a list of 11 mundane items that every branch of the military purchases in bulk for less than $5 each at your local Walmart. In a true civilizational collapse, your $80,000 tactical truck with its 47 computer modules becomes an expensive lawn ornament the second an EMP or grid failure induces voltage spikes that permanently destroy unshielded semiconductor junctions. While the average person is fixated on tactical gear and shiny kits with $200 price tags, the military has spent decades refining a redundancy rule, which dictates that the most valuable gear isn't the best, but the most versatile. In the brutal calculus of survival, if you only have one way to perform a critical task, like starting a fire or purifying water, you actually have 0 ways, because that single-purpose tool will inevitably fail.
The 90-10 rule of logistics suggests that 90% of your survival will depend on just 10% of your gear, and that 10% is almost never the expensive equipment you see in an Instagram flat lay. The first item sitting in the office supply aisle right now is a pink pearl pencil eraser, a tool so vital that U.S. Army Field Manual 44-48 officially designates it as the primary maintenance tool for cleaning electrical contact points on radio and sensor equipment. There is a dangerous misunderstanding among civilians that a radio or flashlight failure indicates a dead battery or a broken device, when the scientific reality is often an invisible film of oxidation. Metal contact points exposed to humidity, salt air, or sweat develop this oxidative layer, which acts as an insulator and blocks electrical signals. By applying the mild abrasion of an eraser to these pins, battery terminals, or fuse contacts, a soldier restores the signal and saves the mission, a life-saving maintenance hack that costs exactly $2.97 for a 3-pack.
The escalation of a crisis often moves from communication failures to physical integrity breaches, where the military relies on an item that forces most civilians into a state of ego-driven denial: unlubricated condoms. During the Gulf War, soldiers stretching these latex barriers over the muzzles of their rifles found the only reliable solution to microscopic sand particles that would otherwise turn an M16 into an expensive club. Beyond weapon maintenance, the hidden science of high-tensile latex allows a single condom to hold over 1 liter of water, creating a flexible, weightless canteen for just 17 cents. Misunderstanding this item as a mere prophylactic costs a survivor access to a highly flammable fire tinder that catches sparks instantly, and a component for an improvised slingshot capable of taking small game. The invisibility doctrine of survival gear suggests that a shopping bag from the personal care aisle is far more dangerous in a prepared hand than a $500 survival knife that only performs a single function.
As medical infrastructure collapses and the medicine cliff returns society to 19th century mortality rates where paper cuts become fatal, the third military bulk item is the tampon. While many men refuse to include them in a survival kit due to fragile social conditioning, combat medics have used them for over 50 years because the etymology, from the French tampon, literally means a plug for a hole. The hidden science of the tampon is its engineering as a high-absorbency sterile cotton cylinder designed to expand upon contact with fluid, making it the perfect field dressing to plug a puncture or bullet wound until evacuation is possible. Furthermore, the interior cotton is among the best fire tinders on Earth, while the plastic applicator can be repurposed as a precise fire-blowing tube or a straw for drinking from shallow water sources. Evidence from the Vietnam War confirms that ignoring the tactical utility of this $3.47 item is a you problem that the military solved decades ago by prioritizing biological reality over ego.
The escalation of a blackout leads to the inevitable collapse of hygiene, turning a city into a pathogen playground for E. coli and dysentery within 72 hours of municipal pump failure. In the 120-degree deserts of Iraq and Afghanistan, soldiers valued fragrance-free baby wipes more than ammunition, literally trading favors for a single pack to maintain morale and hygiene when running water was non-existent. Baby wipes are official military procurement items now because they serve as the universal cleaning tool for full-body hygiene, removing camouflage face paint and cleaning carbon residue from weapon bolt carriers better than many dedicated products. For less than $2 at Walmart, a 72-count pack provides a portable shower system that prevents skin infections and immersion foot scenarios that kill a survivor's mobility. In a world where the water clock is ticking and 99% of the population is biologically unprepared, the person who can maintain cleanliness and morale without a functioning shower has a monopoly on endurance. As the collapse of modern hygiene infrastructure begins to turn the average suburban block into a biological hazard zone, we move to the fifth military bulk item that the survival industry tries to replace with specialized, high-margin alternatives: lip balm. For less than $1.50 for a 2-pack, you are holding a petroleum and wax-based multi-tool that has served as unofficial standard equipment for soldiers from Baghdad to Kandahar. The danger in a prolonged grid-down scenario is the zipper death of your gear, a phenomenon where fine atmospheric dust and grit clog the heavy-duty zippers on your bug-out bag or tactical clothing, rendering your access to supplies or protection impossible. In Iraq, soldiers discovered that rubbing lip balm along these zippers dissolved the grit and provided instant lubrication, a field hack that was eventually confirmed by major military publications. The hidden science of this compound is its triple threat nature as a lubricant, a moisture barrier, and a fuel source. Misunderstanding this as a cosmetic product ignores its evidence-based utility in preventing the #1 mobility killer in field operations, hotspot blisters. By applying the balm to high-friction areas of the feet before a long march, you prevent the skin from breaking down, ensuring you don't become the wounded weight that an adaptive network is forced to abandon.
The survival implications of this tiny tube escalate when you realize it functions as a rust inhibitor for your blades and a fire accelerant when smeared onto a cotton ball, creating a flame that burns for several minutes in conditions that would extinguish a bare match. This leads directly into the sixth bulk item, waxed dental floss, which represents the most quietly powerful cordage multiplier in the military survival inventory. While the civilian world believes a $50 sewing kit is necessary for field repairs, military doctrine, documented by organizations like We Are the Mighty, recommends a spool of waxed dental floss and a few needles hidden in a mint tin. The hidden science of dental floss lies in its synthetic construction, which is naturally water-resistant, rot-proof, and far stronger than standard cotton thread, which breaks under the tension of field movement. Misunderstanding this as a hygiene product prevents most preppers from carrying 165 feet of 5 to 7 pound test cordage that fits in the palm of a hand and can be braided into high-strength lashing or used to set up perimeter tripwire alarms that alert you to approaching predators while you are in a state of polyphasic sleep.
The seventh item, the Carpenter pencil, is the preferred writing instrument of the United States military because it addresses the danger of information loss during environmental extremes. In a world without digital storage, your ability to mark maps, record medical dosages, or communicate with your network depends on a tool that doesn't rely on pressurized ink or electricity. According to military data, Carpenter pencils outperform tactical pens because the graphite writes on wet paper without tearing it, and the flat wooden body prevents it from rolling off uneven surfaces, an essential feature when operating in ruins or sloped terrain.
The hidden science of the Carpenter pencil extends to the conductive properties of graphite, which can be used in an electrical emergency to complete circuits or mark conductive paths for improvised repairs. Furthermore, survival implications suggest that the wood of the pencil itself is engineered as a ready-made fire starter. By shaving thin curls off the flat body, you create feathered tinder that catches a spark instantly, even in the rain. As we move into the 8th item, heavy-duty aluminum foil, we enter the realm of improvised thermodynamics and electromagnetic shielding. Sitting in the kitchen aisle for less than $4, this material is a standard component in Special Forces personal survival kits because it functions as 4 distinct tools in one. The danger of a blackout is the loss of clean cooking and boiling vessels, but the hidden science of aluminum's heat resistance and malleability allows you to shape a custom cup or bowl that can boil water directly over a fire for just pennies of material. Misunderstanding foil as a mere food wrap ignores its evidence in SEER school curricula as a high-visibility signal mirror that reflects sunlight for miles to search and rescue aircraft. More critically, for those preparing for the complexity kill shot of an EMP, multiple layers of heavy-duty foil serve as the base material for an improvised Faraday cage, shielding your critical communication nodes like radios or solar chargers from induced voltage spikes.
The 9th item, the safety pin, is so vital that the military hasn't issued a survival vest for air crews without them since before World War II. In a collapse, the small parts failure, a broken buckle, a popped button, or a torn boot sole can lead to a cascading loss of gear integrity. The hidden science of the safety pin is its multi-point structural tension, allowing it to replace complex clasps or even serve as a butterfly wound closure by pinning skin edges together over a strip of cloth in an emergency. Evidence from SEER training proves that a single safety pin can be magnetized by rubbing it against silk or hair and floated on a leaf in still water, creating a functional compass that points north when your GPS has become a digital paperweight. This is the pinnacle of the redundancy rule, a 2-cent item that performs as a fishhook, a medical suture, a gear repair tool, and a navigation instrument.
As we escalate toward the most controversial and most effective bulk items, the 10th entry separates the real survivor from the tactical cosplayer, liquid bleach. While the industry pushes expensive filtration systems that eventually clog and fail, the U.S. military and the EPA agree on something far simpler. Sodium hypochlorite is one of the most efficient emergency water purification agents on Earth. The science comes down to a ratio: 8 drops of plain, unscented 6% bleach per gallon of water. That's it. And the proof of its value is in the math. A single low-cost bottle, around $1.88, can purify up to 240 gallons of water. That's roughly 8 months of survival hydration for less than the price of a single replacement filter cartridge. Misunderstanding bleach as just a household cleaner misses its true role. This is doctrine-level defense, a chemical weapon against waterborne threats like cholera and typhoid, the kind that spread rapidly in the stagnant water clock of a blackout city. Stockpile just 2 bottles, and you're looking at 16 months of water independence, all for less than the price of a cup of coffee.